Hey yo, what up? It's your boy Kai Sawatari, aka Sawatarix in Magic Online. Today we're gonna playing a super big event at Magic Online. It is the Legacy Showcase Qualifier. So that only happens I think like 3-4 times a year or so. And only people who top 8 a showcase challenge can join. So that's like a super high stake event. I'm here recording this tournament like yeah, I had my reasonings, but like ultimately I decided to record all my matchups so you guys can watch them all on YouTube. There will be no stream, but hopefully we'll be back on a stream next week for like regular challenges. Let me quickly show you my deck. It's gonna be right here. So this is the deck I worked so hard for the last couple of months, and it is basically Grixis Doomsday. I'm quickly gonna go over the cards real quickly. Let me check if you have 4 more minutes. Okay, sweet. You have 26 people rolled in this tournament. All of them are like super skilled. So that's like a lot of high competition. I expect a lot of Blue Red Delver and Jeska and Band Miracles, or probably like the deck, maybe also Death and Taxes, like Depths. These are decks I'm gonna be watching out for. Anyway, about the deck list, it has, I changed it a little bit in preparation for this event. So you will see 15 lands in the main board. Cavern of Souls is now back in the main. The reason is that like I don't think that there's gonna be that much non-blue decks, not that many non-blue decks in this event particularly, and I expect a lot of counter magic. And also a lot of Pyroblasts, if I'm honest. So I think Cavern of Souls definitely deserves a spot in the main. So it's Cavern of Souls plus 14. It has a Pact of Negation. It plays off 5 plastic mana, as always. Dark Rituals, 3 discard spells, like 1 Duress and 2 Thoughtseize. We do have the other 2 Duress in the sideboard. We do have 11 cantrips, is that correct? We have 11 cantrips and 1 personal tutor. And there's a reason why we put in the cavern in the main board. Like we freed up a slot in the main, and that is the second person tutor. You find the second person tutor in the sideboard. Like that card is usually like the banger against non-blue decks like elves and death and taxes and things like that. But I don't know if you're gonna face that much up to very often today. So the second copy stays in the sideboard, just in case if we need more speed. We have 6 cyclists. 2 of them are Edge of Autumn. They don't cost any life. They're awesome. I almost considered a 3rd Edge of Autumn, as crazy as it sounds, because it has a lot of game against Delver. And yeah. The full set of Days also will, the full set of Pact of Negation and 1-3 split main sideboard. The full set of Force of Negation discard is a little weaker maybe in this event, because it's primarily meant for things like Chalice of the Void and also like Blood Moon decks, Show and Tell, things like that. Yeah, still 1 Thassa's Oracle. I think 1 is more than enough. You do play Sherlock Isle Emrakul in sideboard for Band Miracles. It's really important. The rest is probably gonna be an all-star today because it's fairly good against Blue Red and Jeskai, and also against Band. And yeah, this is basically the deck list. So the only change I made was the swap Cavern of Souls and Personal Tutor. And it might look odd that you have a Personal Tutor in the sideboard, but this way we can keep the same 75. And like if you have the same 75, you also keep your side mapping. Like it's all gonna work out, right? Because it's the same 75. It's, you know, like some cards are just like, you know, the change from main to the sideboard, but that's totally fine. Yeah, I'll be, okay, we have 50 seconds left. I guess at this point I can as well also slide this into match number 1. Oh. So you see a lot of talented players, like Vivarus, like he's on the Epic Storm most of the time. Like Kentaro Hokori, the Delver player. Mishint is from France, I think. There's also McVinsource, Theo Young, a really skilled player from the States. I think Nathan Stoyer. He literally kicked me out of the, was it the showcase challenge, I think, in the quarterfinals on Delver. And Yamaro is a good friend of mine. He's from Japan, for example. So let's see. Yeah, so it looks like we are starting this event with 27 players, which is really not that many people, to be honest. But let's see how it goes. This is match number 1 in the Legacy Showcase Qualifier 2021. Okay, we are paired against Nathan. So this is a kind of abysmal matchup, but this is a sort of a fire hand. I will keep this for sure. This hand is absolutely phenomenal. It literally has everything we want. It's gonna be a Thoughtseize into a turn 2 Doomsday, and if our opponent doesn't have anything, then they're gonna be dead at the same turn. I mean, it requires them to really not have anything, but like, this hand absolutely doesn't care about Ragavan, or like any creature on turn 1. At this point, we are only making sure that the opponent has no counters, and like even a Wasteland wouldn't hurt us too much because we have a backup Blood Strand. This Cavern of Souls is a little odd, but if we get to resolve Doomsday, having the Cavern in the hand makes it even easier for us to build piles because we don't have to put Cavern of Souls into the pile. Okay, let's see. Alright, okay, so they are on Blue Red Delver as expected. Daze, Brainstorm, Delve of Secrets, Dragonray Channel, and Noctide Regent. We're gonna take the Daze here. There's an argument for taking Brainstorm, obviously, but I imagine my opponent's gonna go Creature, probably, either Delver or Dragonray Channeler. In which case, we will definitely... Oh, there's Ragavan. Okay, the top deck another creature. Sweet. So this means that we win game 1. It's pretty awesome. Damn, I'm kind of hyped. This is sick. This is absolutely, yeah. So we got thank you Jack, really. This is exactly the event where we like also want to get a little lucky. But like having those fire draws against Delver is chef's kiss, really. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna since I do have double cycler, I'm gonna go I cycle for LED, and then I cycle the second LED, second Street Wraith, and respawn, I crack the LED, draw Ideas Unbound, and then draw the 3 remaining cards. My opponent, again, like he has 4 cards, I know all 4 of them, there's no counter, so we don't need to play around anything here. Maybe you could also hide a card, but I think at this point it's probably fine. Okay, that's awesome. Lotus Petal, Thassa's Oracle, Ideas Unbound, and LED on top. Okay, hold down control. Alright. It's looking good, it's looking good. Like, those Lotus Petals were kind of unnecessary, if I'm honest here. Okay, well, and my opponent concedes here. Okay, sweet, so we took game 1 against Blue Red Delver, which is absolutely awesome. Like, given that game 1 is... Like, game 1s are rough already. Because we have so many, like, quote-unquote bad cards against them. So what we do is, normally we do a 6-card sideboard swap against Delver, but given that we already pre-boarded a little bit, meaning like the Cavern of Souls is already in the main board, we only bought 5 cards, but the end result is gonna look exactly the same. So normally you would go -4 Portal Wills, -2 personal tutors, and we go +2 cap and +2 duress, +3 pact obligation, and +1 cavern of souls. But now we go -5 +5. Okay. Let's see how we do in game 2. Like my opponent, he could have kept up his fetch land to cast Brainstorm, for example, but that's also like a somewhat bold move. So let's see. Okay, this is a good hand. I like this hand quite a bit. It doesn't have Doomsday, but we do have double mana, double land, which is really important against Alpha. We also have Dark Ritual and Pact of Negation. They're also both real sweet. Edge of Autumn is the best cycler against Alpha, and we do have the two most powerful cantrips. So unless, like, obviously opponent can go like Ragavan and like completely like knock us out. Okay, well there's Ragavan. But we do have a decent chance of winning this game if Ragavan, first of all, Ragavan doesn't hit anything relevant, and also if we find Doomsday in time. So it's gonna be a hard race. Okay, well none of these cards do anything for us. Okay. And the cards I definitely don't want to see off Ragavan are primarily like the worst card is absolutely like by far Thassa's Oracle, because like we can't win anymore. But, like Doomsday would be also bad because we Thought. Okay, well I was gonna say like Thoughtseize is probably like the third among the worst cards to get hit by Ragavan. I mean, I gotta say our hand is somewhat resilient to Thoughtseize, but like getting Thoughtseize for free while taking damage is like kind of abysmal. So I don't think I've ever won a game against Salva where they Thoughtseize, like where they flipped Thoughtseize off Ragavan. I don't think I've ever won a game. We gotta see. Gotta see what they take. My guess is that they probably take either Dark Ritual or Pact of Negation. They could also take Brainstorm, obviously, but Brainstorm is somewhat weak against Pyroblast, so let's see. They took Brainstorm. Okay, interesting. He drew Brainstorm anyway. Let's wait for Brainstorm. We can what we can do here is we can Brainstorm in response to the Ragavan trigger. That way we can we can clear the top card of Brainstorm. So for example, like if you don't need both Edge of Autumns, we can get rid of one. Obviously the cards needs to be something which is not really castable for them. So like you know, if you give them a Pact of Negation deck, they're not gonna cast it. Same for Dark Ritual, obviously. Same for Edge of Autumn. Although I have seen like 1-2 players who ended up casting Edge of Autumn, which is kind of weird, but yeah. It looks like the opponent's kind of thinking about this Brainstorm here. So given that they force, okay, interesting. Pitch Daze, damn. Sure. Okay. Wow. What an exchange. Lotus Petal. Okay, well I'm kind of happy that they Lotus Petal. Sure. Okay. Also no Wasteland is a good sign. I wonder what the last 3 cards are. There's definitely no Pyroblast. He would have Pyroblasted Brainstorm, so maybe he has a Murktide Regent. Looks like it. Smirkpat's gonna be what, a 4/4? It's gonna be a 4/4, okay. So that is also not the end of the world. Obviously, if we top deck, if we get a Doomsday, then it would be absolute golden here. Let's see here. Obviously, this Ideas Among can get dazed, which would be unfortunate. Wow, it didn't. Okay. This Ideas Among, however, is not exactly what we were looking for. So let's simply go to discard. I think I'm gonna discard the 3 cards we drew. Thoughtseize, Duress, and Stays. All of them are not what we want. So we basically have the same hand now, except there's no Ideas Unbound. So if we rip Doomsday, we can certainly win this game fairly easily. Oh shit, Duress, okay. Holy shit. What a rip. Okay, well, I don't think now I don't think I can recover now. It's like too much hand disruption. This is also like, was this like maybe the last discard spell left in my deck? Possibly. They're probably gonna take my Dark Ritual here.
We got a new follower.
Creeper. Thank you so much for the follow. Even though I'm not online, I'm simply recording, but thank you so much. Also, in case if you're wondering, all those like alert sounds, that's my voice. I recorded myself like a couple of times, like, you know, I made like a Kai Sawatari choir ensemble kind of thing, and so for all alerts, you're gonna be hearing my voice. It's the same for followers, for subscribers, and for donations, and also for raids. So if you haven't checked out my stream yet, please do. It is twitch.tv/Sawatarix. I'm gonna put the links down below in the comments. And you can also join my brand new Discord. I started my own Discord server literally yesterday. No, 2 days ago. I'm sorry, 2 days ago. And yeah, it's totally free. It's a cool place to chill out and talk about Magic, talk about life in general, and be up to date for like my latest card alterations, my latest Doomsday or like legacy techs in general, and yeah, things like that. So damn, what is my opponent doing here? I mean, I don't think this Duress is particularly hard. But yeah, maybe while Nathan is deciding what cards he wants to take, maybe I can quickly show you my Discord. Let's see here. Yeah, it's called Swatarix Discord, and yeah, dude, like, oh yeah, I just added a new emoji. So this emote is also now available on Twitch. I got thanks to you guys, like I got enough subscribers, so I unlocked a new slot for emotes. This is the new one, you know. Show some love for days. Yeah. It's gonna be a welcome introduction page where you can introduce yourself, show off your awesome paper decks, or like this, you know, things like that. It doesn't have to be legacy. It can also be like vintage or old school or modern, like literally anything. And food and drink picks. There's gonna be a general lounge where you can hang and like talk about emotes or like whatever is cool. There's gonna be a section for like your requests. So if you have any requests, or like, you know, Kai, you should definitely do that on stream and blah blah blah, then you can definitely write me that in the your request channel. There's gonna be like my news, the announcements, MTG Alteration, YouTube, and tweets, where it can be always up to date. And obviously there's gonna be MTG discussions about Doomsday, Storm, Control, and Delver. Yeah, so okay. When it finally took Dark Ritual. Gosh. Oh god. Okay, well, maybe one more turn. Okay, this deck has been too kind to my opponent and exactly the opposite to me. Like, drawing Vassal Oracle is absolutely awful, in Legacy at least. In Vintage you can draw, they want a consultation and be fine, but... Okay, opponent's gonna attack, and I don't think I have any outs. I think the one out I have is probably Brainstorm. Brainstorm into action. Maybe my opponent can also... They have a Lightning Bolt here and finish me off. Let's see. What is happening? Dude, I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead, it doesn't matter. Like, a lot of things need to go right now. Anyway, so... Maybe I should have conceded in response to Surgical to not show them my sideboarding. Oh, there is indeed Brainstorm. Holy shit. That's fantastic. That's, I mean, that's at least the one... Okay. Let's see here. Let's... Let's put back those two. Like, oh, I can't even street trade, yeah, so... Anyway, I'm dead. That's fine. Let's go to game number 3. We keep everything as it is. And hope to... Like, our hand wasn't bad. Right? Like, I mean, our hand wasn't bad by any means. It is just that Ragavan hit discard twice. And that completely changed the game. Like, Ragavan flipped discard twice. And our Ideas Unbound failed. And we drew Thassa's Oracle. Like, I mean, a lot of little small things happened here and there, and it ended up costing the game. I gotta say my opponent also drew a fair amount of lands though, so that at least like that was maybe good for us, but I mean it didn't matter after all. Yo. Like, generally speaking, the matchup's not... It's not particularly in our favor, I gotta say. I mean, this deck is close to, like, the worst matchup you can possibly have with Doomsday. I mean, the worst matchup is probably some nonsense mill deck, maybe, like a blue-black mill deck with featuring crabs and things like that, and archive traps, maybe. If that is like indeed a deck. Okay, what about this hand? This hand is somewhat similar to our previous hand, except that we only have one land, but we do have a preordain. We do have Dark Ritual and Pact of Negation. I think this hand is probably... This is kind of borderline. Maybe we are supposed to go super aggressive on like turn 1, turn 2 Dark Ritual Doomsday. BBR. Like if this was Underground Sea, I'd be more inclined to keep it, but like let's say we preordain, if we hit no land but find dark Doomsday, it's gonna be kind of awkward. Volcanic Island. So well, there's Doomsday, but there's no land. We have to. I think we have to mulligan again. Shit. Well, I mean, yes, I keep this. Opponents on mulligan to 6-2. We are on 5, so we could keep this technically. I mean, do things get better if we mulligan to 4? I wonder. Like this is it's like what I'm gonna do here is like if I end up keeping this, I'm gonna bottom 2 lands. And like I do have disruption, I also do have double lands, I do have cantrips. The thing is like this hand, it's not unfair at all. It is a fairly like just like a below average hand. And I don't know if we can win with a below average hand against our worst matchup. So maybe like the thing is like that this 5 is not bad. It's just I don't feel like we can beat Delver with this 5 hand. Maybe we have to be super aggressive and mulligan down to 4 cards. The 4 cards have to be like land, Dark Ritual, Doomsday, for example, like or like land, Days, Dark Ritual, Doomsday. This is tough. Okay, like if I, because like this hand gives my opponent a lot of time, and time is what my opponent also needs to like wants to have both a clock and disruption. Okay, so my opponent kept 6. I think I'm gonna take the risk and mulligan down to 4 cards here. Okay, there's Doomsday. There's also land. I'm gonna keep this. And I will bottom. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna bottom Days. Oh, let's see. Like what are the things I'm gonna keep? I'm definitely gonna keep Misty. I'm gonna definitely keep Doomsday. I'm gonna keep Preordain, and I am gonna keep Brainstorm. Yeah. I mean, this game might be a non-game, but at least okay, well, these are good. These are both good. I like them both. We can technically turn to Doomsday. Okay. He's no Ragavan. Obviously. Okay, now we have to jam. Okay, there's no way out. We can't play a long game against Ragavan, not with this hand. So we play Doomsday here. If it gets dazed, then we concede. Easy thing. Like there's not much you can expect out of a 4-card hand. So if they daze it, then we are out of the game. Or maybe they let this resolve. I don't know. I guess we will find out. Okay, they have 4s. Good, thank you so much, and let's see you in round number 2.